In front of you are two vials. One is a Triple-S Tier Evolution Serum. Inject it, and you awaken a godlike ability. Instant power beyond almost anyone alive. You rise above everyone. The other vial? A gene virus with a death rate of 99.99%. Inject it, and you either die on the spot or turn into a zombie. Best case, you become a vegetable. Only a 0.01% chance lets you awaken something beyond Triple-S. So, which do you choose? Right. Now, at the Ability Awakening Square of Jiangnan High, homeroom teacher Mr. Zhou stands before Class 5, watching his students with barely contained excitement. Everyone, what you receive inside the sanctum is random. Whether you get a powerful ability, that's up to fate. No pressure. But I have to say it one more time. Do not pick the gene virus. Absolutely do not pick the gene virus. Sir, can you skip that part? The gene virus kills people. Only an idiot would pick it, says Luna, the school beauty, with a sharp roll of her eyes. Her name is called before anyone can respond, and she walks straight toward the sanctum. I take in my surroundings, mind spinning. What's going on? Did I just get transported here? A second ago I was in Dragon Nation's top medical research lab, working with 4 world-class virologists to crack a deadly virus threatening the entire planet. And then the lab exploded, I blink, and I'm here. And this sanctum, why does it look so much like my old lab? Then suddenly my head erupts in pain, and locked memories come flooding in. This world awakens abilities in everyone. 100 years ago, the abyss tore open. Zombies overran cities. Beasts ruled the wild. All of Lanthea plunged into the apocalypse. But with the chaos came a gift, the sanctum, where everyone at 18 can choose between an evolution serum or a gene virus to awaken their ability. At first, people chose both, but as the numbers grew, the truth became undeniable. The gene virus carried a death rate of 99.99%. Anyone infected either died or became vegetables. Worse, if the virus spread, it could level an entire city. Over time, the gene virus became the sanctum's forbidden choice, untouchable. Then, right before my eyes, a pale blue holographic panel appears. Name, Kai Chen. Stage, early low stage. Unique talent, virus sovereign, dormant. Talent description: exposed to a lethal virus and a space-time shockwave, you can perfectly control and analyze any virus. Due to physical mutation, you cannot use an evolution serum. You can only awaken through a virus. Activation condition: inject 1 gene virus. Staring at this talent that just appeared out of nowhere, my mind explodes. This talent is insane. A normal person can only inject 1 evolution serum. But if I master 100 viruses, wouldn't I gain 100 terrifying powers? Meanwhile, on the other side of the square, every eye locks onto Luna. She approaches the sanctum. 2 rows of armed soldiers flank her on both sides, posted there to stop anyone twisted enough to choose the gene virus and unleash it on the world. If someone turns into a zombie after injection, those soldiers will put them down on the spot. Under everyone's gaze, Luna steps into the sanctum. A dimensional door slides open, and she enters a lab straight out of a sci-fi film. At the center stand 2 pillars of light, one orange, one black, each cradling a vial in midair. Luna spots the one wrapped in the orange pillar, radiating an icy aura, the evolution serum. A slow, satisfied smile spreads across her face. She injects it without hesitation. Staff monitoring the sanctum projection catch the ability readout and rush to announce, Senior Class 5, Luna Yun, awakens an S-Tier ability Frostfield. The entire square goes silent, then erupts. No way, S-Tier Frostfield. She really is something else. That is insane. 2 minutes later, Luna walks out. A reporter rushes over. Luna, first of all, congratulations on awakening an S-Tier ability. Anything you'd like to say? Which university maybe? I haven't decided yet. Honestly, I'm more curious what Kai will awaken. These past 3 years his grades have always been above mine. He should be able to hit S-Tier too. I'd love to go to the same university. She says it with a glance in my direction. Just a flicker of smugness. The moment those words land, every eye in the square snaps to me. I walk toward the sanctum. As I pass Luna, she can't help herself. Kai, back then I had low standards. That's the only reason I ever looked at you. Now I've awakened an S-Tier ability. In the national ability exam, how could you ever compete with me? I don't even look at her. I walk straight in. The moment I enter the sanctum, 2 light pillars appear in the projection outside. One is pitch black, shot through with deep crimson. The other blazes pure red. Triple-S Tier. How is that possible? Luna stares at the red pillar, at the evolution serum suspended inside, and looks like she's been struck by lightning. Mr. Zhou is so excited he's gone completely numb. That's my student. That's my student. The entire square erupts again. The principal, the education director, the city mayor, military observers, they all rush toward the sanctum. A Triple-S Tier Evolution Serum. Only 4 have appeared in the entire world across 100 years. The Shenxia Empire is finally going to have a Triple-S Tier awakened. Heaven truly favors us. Heaven truly favors us. A military powerhouse from Dragonfang Base is in tears. Principal Shu, what's this student's name? Dragonfang Base is recruiting beyond tier awakened users. Colonel Ling turns to the white-haired old man, barely keeping it together. Principal Shu strokes his beard with a smile. His name is Kai Chen. He's the finest student at Jiangnan High. But Colonel, if you want him, that's his call, not mine. Meanwhile, inside the sanctum, I make my move. I glance at the red pillar first, then I walk to the black one. What's he doing? Is Kai actually hesitating? There's a Triple-S serum right there. What is there to think about? No way. Is Kai seriously looking at the gene virus in that black pillar? The crowd watches my every move, completely baffled. Principal Shu and Colonel Ling exchange alarmed looks. Dark feelings settles over them, and their expressions harden. Inside the sanctum, I stand before the black pillar. Inside floats a dark double helix vial, the gene virus. No hesitation. I reach out and touch it. The next second, the red light inside the pillar warps and twists, forming a readout. Name, Black Nova virus. Potential, Divine Tier. Description, the #1 virus in existence. It's the Black Nova virus. I know of the original memories. The Black Nova virus is practically unstoppable. Its core power is devour, consume and absorb. It strips genes, steals abilities, and takes everything a person has. That's all I need to know. I grab the vial without hesitation and, with the steady hands of a veteran virologist, inject it into my arm. A voice rings through my mind. Unique talent successfully activated. Virus Sovereign Black Nova virus bound. Converted into ability. Abilities unlocked. Devour and Plunder. Omni Enhancement. Shapeshifter King. Undying Body, Adaptive Evolution. A flood of data slams into my mind. I clench my fists hard, trembling. Just reading the names of these abilities, I can already feel how monstrous they are. When I come back to myself, my body is coated in a layer of black and dark red matter, radiating raw, deadly menace. My physical strength has already multiplied several times over. I pull up the holographic panel. Ability, Black Nova Virus, Divine Tier, Power 1, Devour and Plunder. Consume any life form to restore and fuel yourself. Absorb a target's abilities, memories, skills, and knowledge. Gain gene points. Power 2, Omni Enhancement. Spend gene points to strengthen yourself, simultaneously boosting all physical stats, all senses, mental capacity, and infection and control abilities. Power 3, Shapeshifter King. Transform your body into weapon form, defense form, support form, or mimicry. Power 4, Undying Body. Any wound heals instantly. Every cell is armored by the virus itself, shielded from external damage. You can spend energy to regenerate from any surviving cell. Power 5, Adaptive Evolution. When you face a new threat, your body rapidly evolves resistance. Any harmful substance you've encountered can become a permanent immunity. If you hold multiple abilities of the same type, they can fuse into something even stronger. I stare at the panel, utterly floored. The Black Nova virus gives me near unlimited evolutionary potential. As long as I keep devouring and plundering, I become unstoppable. Back at the Awakening Square, a dead silence falls. Everyone's jaws on the floor. The officials look like the sky just caved in. Principal Zhu's eyes are wide with fury, one hand clutching his chest, completely losing it. What the hell is wrong with that kid? He spins toward a stunned Mr. Zhou. Zhou, get over here right now. How have you been teaching your students a talent like this, and you let him go down the wrong path? Principal, I had no idea. Kai's always been a little quiet, but other than that, he seemed completely normal. Luna's emotions are on a roller coaster. Ha, Kai is such an idiot. She's thrilled, and doesn't miss the chance to twist the knife. Principal, Kai always acted so deep and mysterious, but I saw through him a long time ago. He's not right in the head. He has antisocial tendencies. You think he tops every exam for fun? No, it's all to humiliate me. I rejected him once, and he never let it go. Someone that obsessive. He's trying to take that virus out and use it to hurt people. He's about to turn into a zombie. I say when he comes out, you shoot him on sight. Yes, exactly. Kai has antisocial tendencies. Why else would he pick the gene virus? Principal, I have devoted myself to my students for years, but Kai hid it too well. There was nothing I could do. Colonel Ling's expression turns dark. What a waste of a rare talent. Just then, a wave of gasps tears through the crowd. On the sanctum projection, my entire body is wrapped in black and dark red matter. The aura rolling off me is demonic, pure, bone-chilling terror. Damn it, Kai's turned into a zombie. Look at that black haze around him. Is that the virus? Move back, don't get infected. The crowd scrambles back more than 10 meters. Colonel Ling takes one look at me and sighs, then turns to his soldiers. Combat unit, stand by. Hazmat unit, stand by. The moment he exits, any unusual movement, open fire immediately. 2 rows of dark gun barrels swing toward the sanctum entrance. Moments later, I walk out and find more than 20 guns aimed straight at me. My gut drops. I'm about to pull back the Black Nova virus energy, hands raised to surrender, when the guns go off. Bullets rain down on me like a storm. In one instant, my body is riddled with holes. What the? Who just opens fire like that? Doesn't matter though. I have the Undying Body. Black liquid surges from inside me and solidifies into an energy barrier right in front of my body. Stop shooting! I am not a zombie! That stops everyone cold. Colonel Ling throws up his hand. Cease fire. What just happened? Bullets can't put him down. That's terrifying. Did he actually succeed with the gene virus? Colonel Ling looks me up and down, stunned to the core. Son, you're telling me you actually fused with a gene virus? I nod quickly, then slowly push the Black Nova virus back down. Colonel, if you don't believe me, take me in for a gene scan. Quarantine me. Observe me. I'll cooperate fully. Fine. Then you're coming with us. Right then, Principal Shu storms forward, face dark with rage. Kai, once in a century Triple-S Tier Evolution Serum. Something people would kill for. Do you know how much embarrassment you've just brought to this school? I frown. Principal, I think the gene virus suits me better. Is that a problem? Oh, sure, the gene virus suits you better. Just wait until you lose control of it. You'll regret this. Principal Shu lets out a cold snort and storms off. Luna watches him go, seething. He clearly injected the most useless F-tier virus. So why could he block bullets? Could it be the ability he awakened from that virus is actually stronger than my S-tier frost field? No, impossible. He cannot be above me. Kai, do you dare accept my challenge? I'll show you. Anyone who injects a virus is trash. Colonel Ling considers it briefly and steps aside, waving the crowd back to clear space between me and Luna. I let out a quiet, mocking smile. Blades don't have eyes. Don't blame me if you get hurt. I'm an S-tier awakened. You think a piece of trash like you could hurt me? Luna snaps, and in an instant, frost field surges. A volley of ice arrows form in midair and launch straight at me. My entire body floods with black-red liquid matter. Raise one hand. Chains of black blade whips snap out from my fingertips, and with a sharp crack, every ice arrow is shattered. The chain blades whip back and send Luna flying, slamming her into the ground. S-tier ability. That's all it is. I pull the black chain blades back. Flat tone. No effort. Luna hears those words, coughs up a mouthful of blood and passes out sideways. Colonel Ling's pupils snap tight. The watching students are speechless. What just happened? Gene virus is supposed to be the weakest choice, so how did Kai just one-shot Luna and S-tier awakened? Colonel Ling crouches and checks the wound on Luna's leg. No sign of infection or blackening. He exhales in quiet relief, then waves two soldiers over to carry her to the medical bay. This one, I'm taking him in for testing. Shortly after, Colonel Ling brings me to the Ability Medical Center. Under his orders, Director Wang assembles a team of specialists to examine me personally. When the results come back, Colonel Ling isn't the only one stunned. Director Wang himself is floored. Colonel Ling, you're telling me this young man injected a gene virus? Are you serious? Every previous gene virus subject showed destroyed gene sequences, irreversible mutations, but this young man's body is completely normal. No disease, no virus detected. The scan reads him as an ordinary person. Threat level, 0. This is impossible. Anyone who injects a serum and awakens an ability undergoes gene restructuring. He's used his ability multiple times since the injection. There's no reason he should still read as normal. Dr. Wang, he's critical to Dragon Fang base. Please run the scan again. Colonel Ling's voice leaves no room for argument. Dr. Wang frowns sharply. Colonel, this hospital has never made an error. Are you questioning my expertise? Dr. Wang, just see it for yourself. You'll understand. Colonel Ling is done arguing. He looks at me directly. Kai, show us your ability. I nod. In an instant, my entire body floods with black-red liquid matter, and it transforms into something demonic, radiating brutal, lethal energy. Dr. Wang and the specialists witness it, pupils shrinking, stumbling back in shock. How is this possible? Colonel, right now he is indistinguishable from a zombie, so why didn't the scan catch anything? Dr. Wang's voice is shaking. Don't bother guessing. I can perfectly control the gene virus inside me. Of course your scan can't detect it. I let the words land, then release the form. The black-red matter fades instantly. Controlling a gene virus, how is that even possible? Dr. Wang stares, unable to process it. You have to understand, the gene virus is dangerous and terrifying. Even perfect control could eventually break down. This is beyond anything we've ever seen. Colonel, we have never encountered anything like this, but since this young man says she can control the virus, the call on isolation is yours. Dr. Wang turns to Colonel Ling. No isolation needed, I believe him. Colonel Ling takes the gene scan report and brings me to Dragon Fang base. The base sits on the western outskirts of Jiangnan City, spanning over 10,000 acres, fully equipped with military infrastructure and 5,000 awakened soldiers. Most are E-tier or D-tier, with a small elite core of C-tier and B-tier. As for Colonel Ling himself, his ability is A-tier, Shadow of the Mind Wolf. Kai, your ability is unusual. When you use it, people will mistake you for a zombie and panic. I need to register you with the Dragon Blood Course and issue you a special identity clearance, Colonel Ling says. I pause. Colonel, does that mean I'll be joining the Dragon Blood Course and becoming a member of Dragon Fang base? Exactly. You need an organization to back you up. Without official clearance, every time you enter your zombie form, you'll never stop running into trouble, Colonel Ling says, completely serious. Colonel, can I still sit the national ability exam? The thought hits me out of nowhere. You can, but there's no point. Even if you place into the top ability track, you'll end up recruited by the Dragon Blood Corps anyway. If you want real growth, push your stage to mid-stage as fast as possible. Then you can represent Dragon Fang base in the Corps-wide ability tournament held every November. Break into the top 30% of the elite bracket, and you earn the right to train at a mid-size or large base. He pauses, then turns back to me. Kai, to grow as an awakened, you need massive combat experience to push your abilities' limits, and you need to absorb core crystals from zombies and beasts. Dragon Fang base can match anything an ability university offers. Plus, we issue field missions. Your real combat opportunities will far exceed any students. Finishes, something clicks into place for me. I have the virus sovereign talent and the Black Nova virus. Devouring is my fastest path to power. Joining the Dragon Blood Corps, joining Dragon Fang base, is clearly the right move. The core-wide tournament is still 4 months away. If I push hard enough, maybe this year I'll make it in time. Shortly after, Colonel Ling takes me to his office. He pulls out a form and hands it over. Kai, fill in your ability details here. The stronger your ability reads, the more attention you'll get from command. I take the form, fill in my personal details. Then, in the ability field, write 7 words: Black Nova Virus, Master and Controller. Colonel Ling and his aide both lean in, curious. So, the virus you injected is called the Black Nova Virus? First time I've ever heard that name. The most documented viruses in history are the T virus, the Phantom virus, and the parasitic spore virus. Every ordinary person who injected those became a terrifyingly powerful zombie. I wonder if your Black Nova virus is stronger than those, Colonel Ling says. Colonel, the power Kai showed earlier is definitely above all of those, his aide replies. Sure, it's strong, but it's definitely not Triple-S Tier strong. I'd put the Black Nova virus at S Tier at most, Colonel Ling says. But just as the words leave his mouth, he notices me slowly listing the Black Nova virus's specific abilities: energy absorption, super physique, form control, super regeneration. These 4 are deliberately simplified versions. The real core, my virus sovereign talent, and the Black Nova virus's true powers of devour, plunder, and evolution. Those stay hidden. When Colonel Ling sees me finish writing, he shoots to his feet and snatches the form. He reads through the 4 listed abilities, and his brow furrows. Honestly, these 4 are just average. A little disappointing. The Black Nova virus is probably S Tier, and that's a long way from Triple-S. Something seems to cross his mind. He looks at me. Kai, why didn't you take the Triple-S serum? Colonel, I did want it at first, but the energy radiating from it felt overwhelming. It made my heart seize up. The Black Nova virus, though, something deep inside me felt like it was meant for me, so I chose it. I say it plainly. Colonel Ling takes a long breath. You're not wrong. A Triple-S Tier serum completely shatters your gene structure. The awakening process is brutal. The Black Nova virus isn't weak. Being able to control it, that's actually a good thing. When the aide returns with my Dragon Blood Core ID, it's already noon. Kai, it's getting late. How about joining us at the base canteen? Colonel Ling extends the invitation. For the Dragon Blood Core, even an S Tier ability commands full respect. Colonel, you've already taken me for testing, helped me get my Dragon Blood Core ID. I can't keep imposing on you. I've been out for a while now, and my family will be worried. I'd like to head home. I say it sincerely. Colonel Ling nods. Then, be here tomorrow morning for check-in. You'll run through the ability assessment with the other new recruits. After testing, the base will assign you a rank and give you special missions. Not long after, Colonel Ling's aide drops me off near the residential complex. I check the time. Uncle Zhang and Aunt Sue are still at work. I decide to head past the market for a bit. The market sells beast meat. I can pick some up, devour it, and test the results. As for viruses, in this world, everyone's physical condition has improved so much that common illness and even terminal disease are now rare. Finding a virus worth controlling to awaken abilities, that takes luck. A short while later, I reach the largest fresh market in the area, spot a stall at random, and pick up 2 unranked mutant wild chickens. I leave the market and find a deserted alley. A quick scan, nobody around. Without hesitation, I shift into virus form. 2 black spikes condense in my hands. I drive them into the mutant chickens. System, you have devoured an unranked mutant wild chicken. Gene points +1. You have devoured an unranked mutant wild chicken. Gene points +1. That's the Black Nova virus for you. Devouring organic matter earns gene points, just as I expected. I stare at the completely consumed chicken carcasses, pulse racing with excitement. Enhance me. 2 gene points consumed. Minor all-around physical boost applied. Stage progressed, 2%. I can feel it immediately. Strength, agility, stamina, perception, every stat nudges upward. A smile spreads across my face. I didn't realize gene points could directly advance me stage. So if I gather 100 gene points, I can push all the way to mid-low stage. This is incredible. Still running that thought through my head, I start to release the virus form. But right then, 2 low-stage awaken pass by nearby. The moment they see me, their pupils snap tight and they spin around shouting, "There's a zombie hiding over here. Take it out!" That snaps me fully alert. Since I've joined Dragon Fang base, I don't run. I drop the virus form immediately, reach into my pocket for my Dragon Blood Core ID, and get ready to flash it. But these low-stage awaken don't wait for an explanation. They charge at me with blades, clubs, and staffs. I frown, condense a black iron rod in my hand, and send them all sprawling in a few quick hits. I am an awakened of the Dragon Blood Core. I was testing my own ability just now. I look down at the groaning figures in the ground and hold up the ID bearing the Dragon Blood Core emblem. A bald one spots it, sees the words Black Nova Virus, Master and Controller printed on it, and freezes. Damn it, he really is Dragon Blood Core. We took that beating for nothing. Who the hell was yelling? "I will break your leg." The bald one turns to vent at his own crew, then scrambles to his feet, limping over and pressing his fists together. "Sir, that was a misunderstanding. We're a local patrol unit. People have been going missing near this market the past few days. Witnesses claim a zombie is responsible. We're assisting the Ability Bureau with the investigation." A zombie lurking here? How is that even possible? Must be deliberate. A flicker of surprise crosses my eyes. Sir, we don't have the details, but the Ability Bureau has already posted a mission for it. You're welcome to check it out, the bald one explains. This mission isn't for you. Any zombie capable of staying hidden this long is well above your level. Go home. All of you. Now, I fixed them with a firm look. This isn't soft-heartedness. I joined the military. Protection is part of the job. On top of that, I just put them on the ground. If they stay out here and run into whatever is lurking, they're dead. A zombie means a virus inside it. If I can find it, I don't just gain another virus to control. I get gene points and its stealth abilities too. Gold flickers in my eyes. The bald patrol clears out fast. I relax into an ordinary look and play bait, circling the dark, empty spots around the market. Nothing. Not a single lead. Fine. Time to head back. I glance at the sun, already sinking toward the horizon, and shake my head. Then, a flicker at the edge of my vision. A face, in the dark attic of a nearby building. I look closer. A figure, pressed flat against the wall, body drenched in gore. Absolutely grotesque. System scan, elite liquor, zombie, late low stage. Virus analysis, infected by the T-virus. Has devoured numerous members of its own kind to evolve. Possesses basic hunter instincts. Hunter instincts. That's why it knows how to hide and hunt. But now that you've crossed my path, you're not leaving. A cold glint passes through my eyes. The liquor locks onto me. Just a regular-looking person. And lunges, jaw wide open, flying straight at me. But before it even lands, a black virus chain blade flashes. The liquor is split in two, dead before it hits the ground. That thing was absolutely disgusting. My expression sours but wastes nothing. I go straight for the virus and gene points. You have devoured a late low-stage mutant zombie, gene points plus 50. Successfully extracted a large quantity of T-virus. Perfect control achieved. Alert: the T-virus cannot awaken a new form. This extraction can be converted into 50 gene points. The talent's feedback hits me, and I'm genuinely stunned. The Black Nova virus, the strongest gene virus in existence, overrides the T-virus, blocking any ability awakening from it. That's expected. But converting it into gene points? I didn't see that coming. A single late low-stage elite liquor just handed me 100 gene points. This is incredible. Riding the high, I don't hesitate. I dump all the points in. The next second it feels like every bone and muscle in my body is being flooded with pure energy, every stat surging at once. In a single blink, my stage breaks through from early low stage to mid low stage. Even a mid-stage monster, I'd one-shot it. I feel completely confident. A short while later, I'm back at Jinshu residence. Uncle Zhang and Aunt Sue are already home from work. The lights on the 15th floor are already on. What surprises me is that Uncle Zhang never called. Could injecting the Black Nova virus and getting pulled in for testing have made Uncle Zhang angry? I brace for a lecture and push the door open. The living room feels off. Uncle Zhang and Aunt Sue sit on the couch with stone-cold faces staring at the TV. They treat me like I'm invisible. But to my surprise, Wendy is back for the break. Well, if it isn't the genius who turned down a Triple-S Tier Serum. Come here. Tell me, is that gene virus of yours Divine Tier or Divine Tier? Wendy grins, dripping with sarcasm. She starts circling me, sizing me up from every angle. The news said you can turn into a zombie, block bullets, and take down an S-Tier awakened? Come on then, give me a zombie transformation. As Wendy finishes, I quietly exhale in relief. Kai, can you explain why you didn't take the Triple-S Serum? Uncle Zhang draws a slow breath. The Triple-S Serum is too volatile. Injecting it is just as dangerous as the gene virus. But the gene virus has a near 100% death rate. If you had died, your parents would never forgive me, even from beyond the grave. Uncle Zhang's voice cracks with anger. Hearing that, I have no idea what to say. All right, Dad. Kai is fine, isn't he? He's home now. We don't need to worry anymore. Wendy gives my shoulder a light pat. You had a perfectly good Triple-S Tier Serum, and you threw it away for a virus. Kai, he was counting on you to awaken something powerful, top the national exams. If you took first place, the city awards a luxury villa, tens of millions in cash, and we'd never have to live in a cramped place like this again. But you couldn't even manage that. What a waste of all these years. Aunt Sue snaps. The moment those words land, Uncle Zhang's expression shifts fast. He raises a hand and snaps, Sue, enough! Aunt Sue's eyes go red in an instant. Oh, so now you want to hit me? Am I wrong? We've spent a fortune on this kid, and this is how he repays us. And you're defending him? He's ungrateful. If he had any conscience at all, he wouldn't have picked that virus. Aunt Sue shouts. Enough. Injecting a Triple-S Serum has risks too. Even if he had awakened an F-Tier ability, he is still my nephew, and your attitude is completely unacceptable. Uncle Zhang's expression is dark. Aunt Sue bursts into tears. Oh, fine. I'm materialistic. When he goes to Ability University, the tuition alone is $200,000 a year. Your little salary can cover it. You take care of him. Leave Wendy and me out of it. I'm moving out tomorrow. I won't spend another penny of yours. Don't pay Wendy's tuition either. Clearly, you and your nephew are the ones who matter. Aunt Sue wails, reaching out to drag Wendy toward the door. I stand there watching, a complicated knot twisting in my chest. Uncle Zhang, Aunt Sue, Colonel Ling of Dragon Fang Base has invited me to join the Dragon Blood Corps. I'm reporting to the base first thing tomorrow morning. I reach into my pocket and pull out the Dragon Blood Corps ID ID and set it slowly on the coffee table. What? You were invited to join the Dragon Blood Corps? Uncle Zheng can't hold back the shock. Aunt Su stops mid-sob, wipes her face fast, and snatches the ID. She reads it, and her whole expression flips. That's my nephew! Aunt Su beams. Kai, you must be starving after being out so late. Come sit, Aunt Su will make you something. Anything you want, just say the word. Aunt Su's face is all smiles now. I hold back a sigh. That was fast. Kai, I can't believe you're joining the Dragon Blood Corps. I am so proud of you, kid. Tonight we drink, properly. Uncle Zhang claps me on the shoulder, warmth all over his face. Kai, drink more tonight. I'll join you. Whatever happened earlier, forget it. Wendy settles in beside me with a grin. Not long after, Aunt Su lays out a full spread, the best meal I've seen in years since arriving in this body. I look at it and almost laugh. It feels a little like a Last Supper. Come on, Kai, eat up. Let Aunt Su serve you. Aunt Su couldn't be warmer, as if nothing happened. The next morning, I arrive at Dragon Fang Base. Kai, this round of special recruits includes 10 awakened in total. 3 are A tier, 2 are S tier, and the remaining 5 are all B tier. Lieutenant Yan reports. I immediately know I'm one of the S tier too. As for the other, no way. I glance at Lieutenant Yan. You guessed right. The girl named Luna also joined, invited by a different squad captain inside the base. Lieutenant Yan catches my look and adjusts his glasses. We enter Dragon Fang Base. The hall holds more than 10 people. 4 of them in combat gear, all in their mid-20s. Lieutenant Yan, you finally made it. We've all been waiting, says a striking woman with long red hair, smiling at Lieutenant Yan. He gives an awkward laugh. Sorry, kept you waiting. Now that everyone's here, let's get the testing started. At her word, I line up with the other 9 special recruits. Kai, yesterday was a fluke. I've got Frostfield fully under control now. A gene virus trash like you won't win again. Luna slides up beside me, voice dripping with contempt. The moment she finishes, my eyes sharpen. In a flash, a black whip snaps straight toward her face. Luna sees it coming, and for a split second, pure panic. But just before it reaches her, the whip is caught by a pale blue light and stops dead in front of her face. Throwing hands before saying a word. Hot-headed, aren't you? Lieutenant Yan, aren't you going to rein in your recruit? A lean, cold-faced young man steps forward. Faint blue light pulses from him. Psychic energy. Wuze, your recruit, threw the first provocation. A high-stage awaken stepping in between rookies. That's a little against the rules, don't you think? Or you could just fight me instead. Lieutenant Yan holds Wuze's gaze sharp and unwavering. Wuze narrows his eyes, lets out a cold breath, and says nothing. With that settled, the testing begins. Attack force output is the key metric for measuring a new awaken's power. Zhuang, step up. A staff member in uniform calls the name. A powerfully built guy close to 6'3" walks up to the machine, lets out a roar, and shifts fast into a savage wild boar hybrid. Then, fists clenched together, elbows flared wide, he drives a full bore charge straight into the machine. The force that erupts from him is terrifying. The force index rockets to 3,000 kilograms. Every recruit in line draws a sharp breath. Nobody expected that from the first person up. 3 more B-tier awakened go through the test, averaging under 1,500 kilograms. She's supposed to be the school beauty from Jiangnan High, S-tier Frostfield. Wonder if she can beat Zhuang's score. The crowd watches Luna step forward, murmuring. Luna hears every word, lifts her chin, and cuts a glance my way. Kai, watch closely. I'll show you what real power looks like. As she speaks, frost erupts around her body, and the hall temperature drops several degrees. She steps back, summons a crystalline ice bow, draws it fully, an ice arrow materializes on the string, and she fires. An ice blue streak slams into the machine. The reading spikes to 4,000 kilograms. What the? That's S tier? That's insane. The crowd erupts with chatter. Luna turns her gaze on me. Kai, injecting a gene virus had to have wrecked your body. If you can somehow beat my score, I, an S tier awakened, will be your deputy. Luna taunts. I scoff and step forward, no hesitation. My body floods with black-red liquid matter. I raise my arm. A crescent blade radiating the scent of death materializes in my hand. Then, I lock my gaze and swing. The screen on the testing machine explodes into a wall of glitched-out symbols. What just happened? He broke the machine. It's literally smoking. The new recruits are in shock, and the 5 majors, Lieutenant Yan included, all look stunned. That machine maxes out at 15,000 kilograms, a number only mid-stage awakened can reach. For a new recruito smoke the machine, is his destructive force actually at mid-stage level? The red-haired major stares at me, face full of disbelief. Wuze scoffs. Even our top commander at low stage could only hit 12,000 kilograms. How could someone who injected a gene virus pull this off? The machine must be old. Just swap it out and run the test again. The 5 majors exchange a look and agree to retest me. A few minutes later, another machine starts smoking. Everyone in the room goes blank. Holy, Colonel just hit the jackpot. This black Nova Varusha is to be at the very top of the S-tier bracket. Lieutenant Yan's eye won't stop twitching, and this is a man known for being unshakable. Even he can't hold back his excitement. Wuze's face has gone iron gray. How is this possible? Did I actually underestimate underestimate him? At the same time, the other new recruits go quietly numb, especially Luna. She's starting to question everything. But I'm a noble S-tier elemental awakened. He's just a brute with raw force, right? That's definitely it. He'll top out at 7th place, Max. He could never be my equal in the long run. Luna talks herself back to confidence, forcing a smile. Wuze, Kai's broken the base record. No objections now, I assume? Lieutenant Yan's smile is sharp at the edges. Wuze's face darkens again. He lets out a cold snort and looks away. 1 hour later, all testing is done. I place first in every single category. Every number grinding Luna into the floor. Luna's expressions keep flipping. Shocked 1 second, defiant the next. Kai, no matter how strong you are, all you can do is hit things. Once I fully develop Frost Field, a single frost storm can wipe out hundreds of beasts at once. That is something you will never be able to do. Luna holds her head high. Don't even bother. You're actually strong, Kai. Elemental abilities have an incredibly high ceiling. Brute force types can't compare. For the Dragon Blood Core, a powerful elemental awakened ISA strategic asset. A single target bruiser like this one has limited long-term value. Wuze mutters to himself, never naming anyone directly. But everyone knows exactly who he's talking about. I can't help but scoff. Limited value? Wait until you hit a boss nobody can crack, and then let's see who's limited. In this world, the most powerful monsters always hunt alone. And with the Black Nova virus, if Luna were to die right now, I could simply devour her S-tier frost field and take it for myself. Pure physical abilities are a little one-note, honestly. Wonder what my first mission will be. If I can devour and plunder some new abilities along the way, that would be perfect. Anticipation sparks in my eyes. Not long after, Lieutenant Yan leads me to a well-kept villa district inside the base. This is where special recruits are housed, fully equipped. Kai, this villa is yours. Of those 5 B-tier new recruits, I've invited Zhuang to be your deputy. Your rank is 2nd lieutenant. When you take missions, Zhuang goes with you. He's still finishing up orientation. He'll arrive in 3 days. He'll bring your rank insignia and combat gear when he comes. If you have any questions after that, he's the one to ask. One more thing, there's a training ground inside the base. Feel free to use it while you wait. Lieutenant Yan wraps up and gets back to his own work. 3 days go by quickly. I don't waste a single one of them. Using the Black Nova virus's Shapeshifter King ability, I develop a whole range of new techniques. Now I can transform my arms into blades, chain blades, whips, warhammers, any offensive form I need. I can also condense a full-body virus armor, sleek and terrifyingly powerful. And my support abilities, thermal sensing, enhanced vision, enhanced hearing, have all grown dramatically. Looking in the mirror, I look like a demon wearing armor. I can't help but smile. I let black liquid matter coil around my hand, and a warblade gleaming with cold light appears in my grip. If I went to the force test right now, I'd probably split that machine in 2. I dismiss the blade, feeling completely confident. Then, hurried footsteps from downstairs. I activate thermal sense vision, and see through the wall to who's outside. A powerfully built figure, buzz cut, face that could stop traffic. Boss, open up, I'm here, Zhuang shouts toward the villa, hauling a case in one hand. I let a small smile cross my face and head to the balcony. I launch a black filament from my hand, anchor it to the wall, and flip over the balcony, swinging clean onto the top of the outer gate wall. What the? That is insanely cool! Boss, you have no idea how cool that was. Zhuang stares up at me, genuinely hyped. Come in, let's talk inside. I shoot a black filament at the gate latch and pull it open. Boss, I figured you must have been going crazy in here for 3 days. Deputy Captain Yan briefed me before I came. Starting today, we can take missions posted by Dragonfang Base. He pops his pack open and pulls out 2 sets of black combat gear, a tactical comm watch, a sidearm, and 2 second lieutenant insignia. I take the comm watch from Zhuang and strap it on. Then I grab a combat suit. Black liquid matter surges from my body and absorbs the suit and sidearm straight into me. Where do we pick up missions, I ask. Boss, project the comm watch first. Missions are listed on the Dragonfang Base official network. There's a mission board. Zhuang grins. I pin on the insignia and nod. Call me by name from now on. No need to call me boss. Can't do that, boss. You're my superior. Protocol says I can't use your name directly. How about I call you Kai? Zhuang asks, completely earnest. Fine by me. I nod. Then, what should I call you? Kai, just call me Zhuang. That works, he says just as seriously. While we're talking, I've already smoothly activated the comm watch. A holographic display unfolds in the air, glowing blue, crisp, and sharp. I navigate quickly to the mission board. The board carries missions posted by Dragonfang Base and requests from the city's ability bureau. I run a quick assessment of where I stand, then tap open one that fits. The national ability exam is 5 days away. To ensure the safety of all examinees, the assigned special team is requested to proceed to Black Cloud County exam site and eliminate all mid-stage monsters within the premises. Time limit, 2 days. Difficulty, mid-stage. Reward is based on kill count. Distribution, 80% to the special operative, 20% to the deputy. Each early mid-stage monster is worth 100,000 credits and 20 combat points. I smile slowly. Taking this mission means leveling up through combat and earning rewards at the same time, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Zhuang peers curiously at the mission details floating in the projection. When he sees the target is mid-stage monsters, his pupils widen. Kai, you're planning to take a mid-stage elimination mission? That's right. Something wrong with that? I raise an eyebrow. No, your call, boss. Zhuang forces calm, but inside he's floored. Mid-stage monsters are lethal to low-stage awaken. Kai is an absolute monster, serving as deputy to someone like this. Even a pig would follow. Zhuang pulls a slow breath, excitement rising in his chest. After witnessing my power 3 days ago, he has a rough sense of what I can do. Now that I'm taking a mid-stage mission, he doesn't hesitate. He's in. Mission accepted. Do you need anything else before we go? If not, we leave now. I close the projection and turn to him. Kai, supplies, medical gear, equipment, all packed. You don't need to worry about any of that. The base also set us up with an off-road vehicle. Zhuang rubs his hands together, barely containing his excitement. I'm impressed. Dragonfang Base thinks of everything. Black Cloud County sits in the northern part of Jiangnan City, a solid distance from Dragonfang Base. After the apocalypse, the county is perpetually blanketed in dark clouds, drenched in a gloomy, lifeless atmosphere. It takes us just over an hour to reach the security perimeter camp outside the exam site. Kai, I just checked. I checked the latest intel. 10 squads have taken the Black Cloud County sweep mission. 8 of them are ability users from the 2 previous special recruitment classes. Before leaving the base, they cashed in combat merits for surveillance drones. They are clearly trying to sweep up every reward this mission has to offer. Another squad is led by 2nd Lieutenant Luna. Zhuang closes his tactical watch and looks at me. Luna's here too. With her level, if she runs into a mid-stage monster, she can only run. How does she have the guts to take this mission? Is someone backing her? Surprise flashes through my eyes. Black Cloud County is an ability exam site. Mid-stage monsters are rare here, and with 10 squads all chasing the same targets, I can already picture how brutal the competition will be. I am not walking away empty-handed. I pull up the map immediately. Analyze this. Find me zones where mid-stage monsters are likely to appear. Once we have a target, we move straight there. Hearing this, Zhuang starts tapping through the map projection, eyes locked on the display. About 30 seconds later, he finds a target. Boss Kai, there are quite a few low-stage monsters around that large hospital 2 kilometers out. I think the odds of mid-stage monsters being inside are pretty high, Zhuang says seriously. I nod. Alright, then we go now. It takes us nearly half an hour, but Zhuang and I finally reach the area near the central hospital. Boss Kai, I feel like I'm slowing you down. Don't wait for me. You, head to the target first. We keep our tactical watches open. We can reach each other anytime. Zhuang looks at me, dead serious. If I go alone and a monster locks onto you, can you handle it? I frown. Zhuang grins with full confidence. As long as it's not a late low-stage monster, one bore Chargace enough to finish them off. And if I run into a late low-stage monster, I know when to run. And I run fast. Zhuang finds a nearby building and tucks himself inside. Stroll toward the hospital entrance without a care. The moment I shove open the rusted iron gate, every zombie in the area jolts at once, snapping around with mechanical stiffness. Then, they swarm me like sharks smelling blood. 10 early low-stage zombies. Not bad. Solid experience. A smile creeps across my face. Without hesitation, I raise my arm and whip out a virus chain blade. Black light flashes. Heads fly. Devouring early low-stage zombie, gene points plus 10. Devouring early low-stage zombie, gene points plus 10. 10 bodies down. I am in a great mood. Farming monsters feels absolutely incredible. Sweep nets me 100 gene points. Enhance me, I think. 100 gene points consumed. Full body amplification. Stage progress, 10%. Before, 1 gene point used to push my stage up by 1%. Now it takes 10. Breaking through to late low stage is going to be a grind, I mutter to myself. Still, even at this rate, I am leveling faster than anyone else. Right then, a buzz fills the air. I look up, a surveillance drone hovers above me, camera aimed directly at my face. Which squad are you from? This sweep mission targets mid-stage monsters. Don't you know that? You just wiped out 10 low-stage zombies in one go. If every squad member acted like you, the Black Cloud County exam site would be ruined. The voice barking through the drone carries zero warmth. My expression hardens. Before I can even fire back, the drone cuts back in with a fresh threat. So you're a new recruit this cycle. No wonder you don't know the rules. Since this is your first offense, I will let the kill stealing slide and not report it to the base. This hospital is mine. I've had eyes on it for a while. Go find somewhere else. The moment those words land, I let out a cold laugh. So that whole speech was just to steal my spot. Sorry, I've also had my eye on the southern zone of Black Cloud County for quite a while. Why don't you head north instead? I say, calm as ever. You've got guts, kid. I'll be there in 10 minutes, and you'll regret this. Shock and rage pour out of the drone speaker. Noise. Next second, a handgun snaps into my grip. I fire instantly. The shot hits dead center. The drone erupts in a fireball. The blast rips through the area, and every nearby zombie goes wild. Boss Kai, I just checked with Deputy Yan. He says as long as we're not actively hunting low-stage monsters, it's fine. Anything blocking the mission is fair game. Zhuang's voice crackles through the tactical watch. That is all I need to hear. The black Nova virus surges. Black armor engulfs my entire body. My arm transforms into a massive dark blade. I take one explosive step and launch myself into the swarm, tear through them in a frenzy. Up on a nearby rooftop, Zhuang watches, jaw dropping at the scene below. Over 30 zombies, Even early mid-stage ability users would back off from that number. Scratch, one bite, and you're either cutting off your own flesh or injecting an obscenely expensive anti-zombie serum. But me, I move through the horde like I'm slicing vegetables. Zombies dropping one after another, the scene utterly terrifying. Boss Kai is insane! Zhuang pumps his fist, barely containing himself. Out front of the hospital, I rip the gene points from every corpse, buzzing with excitement. Full enhancement, 350 gene points consumed. Full body. Amplification, stage progress, 35%. Just 55% to go, and I break into late low stage. This rate of growth is honestly terrifying. Other ability users can only advance through grinding cultivation or absorbing core crystals from elite monsters. Mid-stage monsters inside Black Cloud County probably carry cores too. That means that guy earlier, stealing my spot, was all about those cores, I figure. The Dragon Blood Core doesn't ban competition between departments. But there is one line no one crosses: core members cannot kill each other. Any unresolvable conflict goes to the arena back at base. Loser gets transferred. 3 kilometers away, a buzz-cut young man in combat gear discovers his drone has been shot out of the sky. His face goes dark. What the hell, this year's new recruits are way too bold. He actually talked back to me. Rex clenches his fist and blasts a shockwave through the concrete wall beside him. Boss, word is this cycle produced 2 S-Tier awaken talents. This guy might be one of them, a squad mate says. S-Tier, huh? No wonder he's got the nerve to take this mission, but once you cross us, we make you pay. Rex snorts and waves his hand, leading his 2 guys straight toward the abandoned hospital where I am. Inside the abandoned hospital, I step through the entrance. My footsteps echo through the corridor. Dead quiet, almost too quiet. Are there really no mid-stage monsters here? I keep walking, pushing my virus sense to its absolute limit. Then, at the far end of the corridor, a faint glow pulses in the darkness, pulling my gaze. I move closer and look. A strand of white webbing, thick as rope. I trace it with my eyes. Several silk cocoons wrapped around skeletons come into view. So there is a mid-stage monster here after all. My brow arches. Without hesitation, I reach out and yank the web hard. Next second, the silk vibrates violently. Piercing shriek rips from above. I look up toward the stairwell corner. A creature over 2 meters tall charges at me. Pale human face, wild hair, a massive spider body hurtling forward. This thing, its 8 legs are blades glinting with cold light. Dangerous. Start the recorder. I activate the tactical watch. My virus-armored arm shifts into a massive blade. No hesitation. I charge straight up the stairwell, cutting off the wraith spider at the corner. Boss Kai, don't go toe-to-toe with it! Zhuang's voice bursts through the tactical watch, tight with panic. I don't even register it. I am already locked in with the wraith spider, completely in the zone. One hand shifts into a virus tendril, wrapping around the wraith spider's 8 legs and locking them in place. The other hand drives the blade into the spider in a relentless flurry. 20 straight slashes later, the wraith spider goes completely still. This is exactly how the Black Nova virus is meant to be used. When you have an undying body, why bother playing it careful? I smile. Shame the blade is still a little slow. Otherwise, 2 hits would have been enough to finish it. That thought pulls my eyes back to the wraith spider's 8 razor-sharp legs. Those legs punch through solid walls with easy and slice through my virus tendrils multiple times. Cost me a lot of extra effort. Without missing a beat, I switch off the recorder. Then I direct the Black Nova virus to devour the spider whole, devouring early mid-stage wraith spider. Gene points plus 100. B's core crystal acquired. White notification: white core crystal can be converted into 100 gene points. Plunder successful. C-tier ability, Razor Claw acquired. 200 gene points total, and a brand new ability on top of that. The universe really does provide. I can barely believe it. Razor Claw is exactly what I needed, I think to myself, as a blade materializes silently in my palm, gleaming with cold light. A massive curved blade. 2 casual swings. The iron railing in the stairwell snaps apart. The wall beside it splits like soft tofu, leaving a deep gash. Satisfied, I retract the Razor Claw blade and immediately feed the fresh 200 gene points into enhancement. My stage bar spikes by another 20%. Only 35% left before I break into late low stage. Let me check upstairs. If there are more mid-stage monsters up there, that would be perfect. I head up. Meanwhile, Zhuang is watching the shared recorder feed. Holy crap, Boss Kai is a monster. He tanked a mid-stage monster head-on without a scratch. What kind of body is that? No, that fight footage is legendary. I have to post it to the base network. Zhuang is practically bouncing. A few minutes later, I finish sweeping the entire abandoned hospital. No more monsters anywhere. Just as I'm about to move to a new location, Zhuang's voice crackles through my tactical watch. Boss Kai, 3 of them incoming. I immediately climb to the hospital rooftop and scan toward the entrance. A buzz-cut young man in combat gear strides into the courtyard with 2 guys flanking him. "Get your ass out here, punk!" he yells into the hospital at full volume. I respond. A handgun appears in my hand. I fire. The bullet punches a crater into the ground right in front of him. He flinches, then snaps his head up in fury. He finds me standing on the rooftop smiling down at him, and he absolutely loses it. "You've got guts," standing there grinning instead of running. "Get ready to spend the rest of the month in the base infirmary." He conjures a ball of energy in his palm, and in the next instant slams his fist forward. A transparent shockwave tears through the air and appears in front of me in the blink of an eye. I raise one hand, form a virus shield, and take the full hit without moving an inch, so he can fire range ranged shockwaves. Not bad. I snap out the chain blade and leap, dropping straight down, landing in the courtyard in one clean motion. Rex and his crew tense up at that display of power. Heard you wanted to teach me a lesson. Go ahead. I look the three of them over, completely calm. Virus armor floods across my body. My eyes go blood red. What the? You can transform into a zombie? Rex and his crew stagger back at the sight of me, stumbling over each other. Rex catches himself and feels the embarrassment hit, so he activates his ability and launches a full assault. Dull blasts ring out one after another, shockwaves rippling through the courtyard. Wind howls, the air shudders. I tank every single shockwave, without moving a step. That it? You tickling me? My brow barely twitches. You might be S tier, but your stage is still low. How are you blocking my shockwave? Rex is floored. Too loud. I'll explain after you're down. I close the gap instantly, chain blade snapping out and coiling around Rex's legs. Then I drive my knee upward, slamming it into Rex's gut. He coughs up a spray of blood like he's been hit by a truck, and flies more than 10 meters through the air before slamming into the hospital gate. Rex hits the ground. I'm about to close in and follow up, but I see several of his ribs are already broken and he's out cold. I slowly lower my foot. A monster. How did a recruit like this show up this cycle? One of the followers stares at me with raw terror, legs shaking, completely overcome. We were wrong. I apologize on Rex's behalf. We're under the investigation division. Please let us go. Fine. Take him and leave. Stick to safe paths on the way back. I am not responsible if monsters get you. I wave them off. Those words hit like a pardon. The two followers shawl Rex up and move fast. Boss Kai, you dropped Rex in one move. Absolute legend. After this, no mid-stage ability user is going to mess with you again. Zhuang meets up with me and doesn't hold back the praise at all. I nod. Zhuang, where to next? I turn to him. I tracked Rex's approach route from the stairwell. They came from the northeast, which means that whole zone has already been cleared. Our best move is the abandoned bus station due north. Monster density is high there. Good odds of mid-stage monsters. Zhuang pulls up the map and points to a zone 5 kilometers out. Meanwhile, in the Dragon Fang Base Rapid Response Unit Commander's office, Colonel Ling frowns over a frontline report from the Tianan Province battlefield. Monsters in the Shenxia Empire are everywhere, but they don't roam freely. Each species has its own territory, but the powerful alien races from the abyss, they are different. They raise cities, hunting humans without restraint. Fortunately, the Shenxia Empire has a large pool of ability users, enough to keep replenishing the ranks. Over time, countless ability users bled to build 9 critical defense lines across the Shenxia Empire, holding the line against abyss invasion at every moment. And now, after years of silence, the Runeborn clan has gathered its strength again and is pushing against the Thundervale defense line. Let's hope Dragonscale Base can hold. Colonel Ling lets out a long sigh. Just then, a knock at the office door. Yan rushes in. Colonel, you need to check the video section of the base network right now. A combat video has gone completely viral. Colonel Ling taps his tactical watch without a word and pulls up the base network on screen. The title reads, Unbelievable. Low-stage fighter corners a mid-stage monster in a stairwell, completely unhinged, absolutely insane. Colonel Ling stares at the title for a moment, baffled, but knowing Yan doesn't mess around, he clicks it. The video plays. He is completely floored. Is Kai out of his mind? How does he just charge a wraith spider head-on like that? Colonel Ling is absolutely stunned. Yan, we may need to reassess Kai's ability tier. His enhanced physique and rapid regeneration could already be at S tier, and that's before factoring in his absorption storage and shape-shifting abilities. When he matures, he will be an absolute wrecking ball on the battlefield. Having someone like this in Dragon Fang Base, the Runeborn clan is in for a rude awakening. Colonel Ling feels a surge of anticipation. Kai's abilities definitely rank near the top of S tier, but I think he's not quite at double S yet. Let's call him S+ for now, and bump up his resource allocation by 1 level, Colonel Ling says. At this same moment, near the abandoned bus station in southern Black Cloud County, Luna spots the video on the base network. She is genuinely shaken, but her voice drips with contempt. This kind of brawling deserves praise? He's nothing but a brainless musclehead with zero technique. As she speaks, she conjures a blade of ice in pure frustration and one-shots a low-stage zombie nearby. Luna, don't waste energy on him. Yeah, brute types have an edge early on, but you and I are element class ability users. Once we reach high stage, people like him won't even be fit to carry our shoes. The speaker is a young man with slick side-swept hair. His name is Feng. Mid-stage late phase. A-tier ability, Cyclone Blade. 4 mid-stage followers flank him. None of them Dragon Fang base members. They were sent by his family to serve as his personal tools. Feng, Kai took the same mission as me. It's obvious he's trying to step on me. He outclassed me all 3 years at Jiangnan High. I'm not losing to him this time. Can you save the finishing blow on the mid-stage monsters for me? Luna looks at Feng, eyes carrying a quiet hunger. Fengux, the corner of his mouth. That was already the plan. A few mid-stage monsters. Easy. You're so good to me, Feng. I'll repay you once I'm stronger, Luna says with delight. Feng's smile lingers. Then, a gunshot rings out from the abandoned bus station nearby. Feng and the others snap toward the sound and rush over with Luna. Inside the bus station at the same moment, I stand on the shell of a gutted bus and fire a single shot into the air, purely to draw in a very nearby monster. I holster the gun. A horde of zombies floods in, over 50 of them. The station, once quiet, erupts with howling. Boss Kai, look over there! That zombie is massive. Zhuang points toward the rear entrance of the station, eyes filled with dread. I turn and see a zombie over 6 6 meters tall, dragging a wrecked car as it lumbers toward me. Titan zombie. Mid-stage late phase ability Titan virus, mutated by T-virus infection, possessing unmatched brute strength. Virus armor floods over me instantly. A gleaming virus blade appears in my hand. Stay back, Zhuang. Once I get going, I might forget to save you. I give him fair warning. Zhuang scrambles onto a sturdy bus. Be careful, Boss Kai. He switches on the recorder, but before he even finishes the sentence, I'm already deep in the horde. 1 minute later, over 50 zombies are down. The only one left in the entire station is the Titan. Without hesitation, I activate Devour. One massive sweep. 550 gene points. I feel electric, every cell buzzing with energy. I dump every point straight into enhancement. As my stage climbs, a tidal wave of raw power surges through my entire body. Before, it took 20 slashes to put down a wraith spider. Now, 3 punch assists enough to stagger 5 punches to finish it off, and it now costs 20 gene points per 1% of stage progress. Still manageable, I tell myself. Then, 2 sharp whistles cut through the air. I spin around. A wrecked car is hurtling toward me, and behind me, a cyan blade, moving fast. No time to dodge. My arm is severed in an instant. With my other hand, I snap out the virus chain blade and split the car clean in 2 midair. A sucker punch at a time like this. Killing intent flashes in my eyes. What do you think you're doing? Why are you attacking Boss Kai? Zhuang spots Fengon, the others arriving, and yanks out his gun, leveling it at them. Feng's mouth curves up. Just stealing a kill. Relax. You call this kill stealing? This is attempted murder. Zhuang roars and fires at Feng. Shots ring out back to back. Feng and his crew scramble. The gunfire draws every nearby monster. Kill the signal in this area, otherwise this gets messy. Feng's voice is ice. One of his followers yanks a signal jammer from their pack. A powerful electromagnetic pulse floods the area. Our tactical watches go dark instantly. Zhuang's expression darkens. Boss Kai, these guys are serious. He calls out, transforming into a savage boar man as he does. But the words barely leave his mouth. A cyan wind blade slashes across his chest. Blood sprays. Seeing Zhuang go down, killing intent surges through me. We haven't known each other long, but Zhuang is my second in command at my right hand. And when he saw me get hit from behind, he raised his gun without hesitation. That alone is enough to earn my loyalty. I jump onto the bus and check his wound. Not fatal. I breathe. With Zhuang's safety in mind, I hoist him up and sprint to a rooftop nearby. I dig through his pack for bandages and get the bleeding under control. By the time I'm done, Feng and his crew have moved in on the Titan zombie, hacking it apart until it's covered in wounds and lying on the ground, barely able to move. Feng, weren't we a little too far just now? Attacking Kai like that? Luna asks, uneasy. Luna, don't overthink it. I was just trying to help him deal with the zombies. I just have terrible aim. The blade went wide. Feng sighs. As for his deputy, Luna presses her lips together. He openly fired on a superior. Was I wrong to cool him down? Feng is investigation division. He knows exactly how to spin a story. Interdepartment competition is allowed, and accidents happen. In Jiangnan City over the past decade, only Kai and I have awakened S-tier abilities. If I can keep Kai under my foot, everyone in Dragon Fang base will have to come to me. Luna thinks Feng makes a fair point and warms to the idea. Feng, thank you for doing this for me. Luna flashes him a sweet smile. Feng gives a slight nod. You 4, clean up these zombies and keep an eye on him. He orders his 4 followers. On the nearby rooftop, Zhuang is stable. I turn toward the station below, killing intent burning. This man has to die. Feng glances back and catches my eyes, smirking, clearly enjoying himself. My eyes narrow. The virus chain blade launches from my hand. I drop from the rooftop, but before I hit the ground, several cyan wind blades tear toward me with a howling shriek, blasting me backward and through the wall of a building. My virus armor takes deep gashes from the wind blades, sharp, even sharper than razor claw at breaking through defense. I frown. My body regenerates fast. This one is trouble. If I can get in close, one punch will turn him into a mist of blood. I burst back out of the building, virus shield forming in front of me, tanking the wind blades and charging straight at Feng. Luna, you're saying this guy has rapid regeneration? This is a problem. Feng's expression grows serious, but his confidence in his own power doesn't waver. Let's see how many wind blades he can take. A vicious look crosses his face as he charges up another volley. Multiple hits absorbed, body adapting. Threat analysis, body gradually adapting. Threat source identified, a tier wind blade. Streams of data flash through my mind. In the next instant, I feel a layer of wind element fuse onto my virus armor, making it virtually indestructible. Evolution successful. New ability unlocked, A tier wind resistance, immune to all wind element damage below S tier. This evolution speed is insane. Exactly what you'd expect from the greatest virus in existence. My heart soars. Another wave of wind blades screams toward me. My virus armor glows faint cyan, and every wind blade that hits me vanishes like a stone dropped into the ocean. What? My wind blades just stopped working. That's impossible. How is he blocking them? Feng's pupils shrink. A wave of dread hits him. He focuses and sees me charging like a bloodthirsty predator. You 4, stop him. Luna, Something is wrong with this guy. We're leaving now, Feng shouts in panic, grabbing Luna and pulling her toward cover. Running? Even if you make it back to base, I will still come for you, I snarl. Then 2 ice venom blades crystallize in my hands. I leap and hurl them both toward Feng and Luna, aimed straight at their backs. Feng's 4 followers react instantly, activating their abilities to block. But in the next instant, both blades pierce through all 4 chests at once, skewering them like beads on a string, pinning all 4 to the side of a bus. Holy crap! What kind of monster is this guy? Feng glances back at the scene, skin crawling. Before he can react, another blade comes flying. It punches through the bus window and takes Feng's arm clean off. Run! This guy is trying to kill us! Feng screams through the pain, clamping his wound and sprinting with everything he has. He looks like he's left his soul behind. Luna is just as terrified, running even faster than Feng. I don't stop. Another blade forms in my hands. I sprint across the tops of abandoned buses and chase them out of the station. But the moment we step outside, Feng and Luna disappear into the surrounding streets. I chase them for 2 full blocks. Whether it's the dense maze of buildings or some hidden tool Feng is using, I push vision, hearing, scent, and heat detection to full, and still nothing. What is going on? The blood scent, footsteps, heat, all gone. My brow tightens. I cannot figure it out. Anyone who comes after me, we settle that debt back at base. I call it into the empty street, then turn and walk away. On the side of that very same street, crouched behind the wreck of an old truck, Luna and Feng are hiding. A dim blue energy array covers them both, masking every trace of their presence. Feng, Kai is gone. We should be safe. Luna watches me walk away and lets out a shaky breath. Feng's face stays grim. Wait, could be a trap. The moment he says it, a figure rounds the corner of the street, eyes glowing red, body wrapped in an aura of death, one hand gripping a chain blade that writhes like a living snake, the other cradling a long blade, the tip dragging along the ground with a low hiss. Pretty good at hiding. Let's see how long that lasts. I call into the street again. No response. I turn and leave again. 2 minutes later, I come back, and the 2 hiding behind the truck feel their hearts leap into their throats. Is he playing with us? Feng's face is pale. Feng, how much longer can your shadow veil array hold? Luna asks. An hour. Plenty of time, don't worry, but don't move too much. Any strong movement and the array breaks. Feng's jaw tightens. I didn't expect him to be this far above his stage, and to actually want me dead. I won't let this go, he says through gritted teeth. A few minutes later, I'm back at the bus station. First, I destroy the signal jammer Feng's people planted. Then I call the exam camp directly and request a helicopter to extract Zhuang. 4 ability users dead this run. I wonder what abilities they had. I look at the bodies nearby, feeling pretty good. I walk over, scan them with my tactical watch, and confirm none of them Air Dragon Fang base members. That clears my conscience completely. Plunder successful. D tier ability, Berserker Strength acquired. E tier ability, Enhanced Hearing acquired. E tier ability, Enhanced Smell acquired. C tier ability, Pain Current acquired. Not bad. All 4 give me useful upgrades. And I have been wanting an element type ability for a while. Pain Current is only C tier, one of the weaker element abilities, but just imagining my chain blade wrapping around someone and then unleashing a full shock, that sounds deeply satisfying. A shame Luna and Feng got away. If I had wounded them and then set zombies on them, I could have kept my hands clean and quietly plundered their abilities. I sigh. Soon after, I finish clearing the bus station. This haul nets me 800 gene points and D tier Titan strength. Full enhancement. 800 gene points consumed. Full body. Amplification. Stage progress 40%. Devouring monsters is an incredible feeling. I cannot get enough. It has been less than a week since I bonded with the Black Nova virus, and this is only my first mission. Yet I am already closing in on mid-stage. With my undying body, even high-stage ability users cannot kill me. Just as I'm about to keep hunting mid-stage monster sand, grind out the last 1,000 gene points for a breakthrough, my tactical watch lights up. The call connects. Deputy Yan's voice comes through. Kai, the Colonel has called off your sweep mission. Come back now. We're hearing from the investigation and combat divisions that you went on a rampage in the Black Cloud County exam zone. Nearly 100 low-stage kills and multiple agents wounded. Is that true? Yan sounds genuinely confused. Deputy, the disruption and kill stealing, false. Everything else? True. But let me be clear, they all came at me first. Getting hurt was their own fault. You believe me? A pause on the other end. You're one of ours in rapid response. I have no reason not to believe you, but combat and investigation are both up here demanding answers. I think you should come in and address this. As long as you didn't kill any agents without cause, the Colonel will back you on anything, and he will not let other divisions push you around. You have my word on that. After the call ends, I make it back to the Rapid Response Unit building in half an hour. The moment I step into Yan's office, 2 sets of eyes lock onto me. One from a striking woman with brilliant red hair, the other from a cold-faced young man. Kai, interested in joining my combat division? Come over and I'll be your girlfriend. I'll have your back from here on out. How does that sound? The red-haired woman's gaze is completely sincere. I blink, caught off guard. Yan shoots to his feet from behind his desk. Quinn, you came here for answers, not to poach our people. This isn't exactly appropriate. Answers? For what? Rex got outfought, outclassed, and taken down across a stage gap. Honestly, I'm embarrassed. Why would I come here demanding anything? Quinn cuts it off completely, eyes on me the whole time. Quinn, if that's all you have, the door's right there. Yan gestures toward it. Quinn smiles. Yan, the reason I'm here is to borrow Kai. Rex is seriously injured injured. We're down to one agent in combat division fit for deployment missions. Rapid response's whole purpose is support, so lending me Kai shouldn't be a problem. Yan rubs his forehead. Kai just joined. Sending him on deployment missions isn't ideal. Pick someone else. Major Yan, do you seriously think Kai isn't ready? He just put 2 A-tier mid-stage agents in the infirmary back to back. If you won't agree, I go straight to our colonel, and he comes here himself to collect. Quinn plants both hands on the desk and stares Yan down. Yan knows exactly how relentless combat division people can be. As rapid response deputy, anything short of a major call doesn't need Colonel Ling's sign-off. He can handle it himself. Fine, I'll approve it. Talk to Kai directly about the mission details. Yan shakes his head with a tired sigh. Quinn's sharp edge softens the moment she gets the answer. The corner of her mouth curves back into a smile. Kai, my contact is on there. Add me later. Quinn pulls out a card and presses it into my hand. Voice soft. She turns and walks out with a wave. Once she's gone, the cold-faced young man turns his eyes on me. Kai, you are suspected of deliberately attempting to kill Combat Division Agent Feng. Please cooperate with our investigation and come with me to the Investigation Division. Wu Zi says flatly. That lands, and I laugh. Deliberately kill? So he's already dead? If he's not, then he can deal with it. Oh, and pass along a message for me. Tell him to start picking out a coffin. I'll be coming. A flash of killing intent crosses Wu Zi's eyes. Good, you've got nerve. I'll pass it on, and you better not regret it. He slams the door on his way out. Kai, what is going on between you and Feng from investigation? Is there any room for mediation? Yan looks genuinely puzzled. I was in the middle of fighting a late mid-stage Titan zombie when he hit me in the back with a blade. Zhuang also took a slash. No matter what, Feng dies. My voice is flat. That makes Yan's face fall. He knows exactly how serious this is. Wu Zi has the nerve to twist the story like that. Kai, do you have combat footage from the scene? That changes everything. Ambushing someone just to steal kills, deliberately wounding a comrade, that is far beyond any acceptable competition. Someone like that has no place in Dragonfang Base. I will file this with the 5 Division Joint Tribunal immediately and push to have him expelled from Dragonfang Base. Then you can settle it properly. Grievance for grievance. A cold light flashes in Yan's eyes. He contacts Zhuang immediately and gets the combat footage. But after watching the video, his brow furrows. Kai, I just checked. Feng has completed 53 base missions. He has significant combat merit. If we take this to the Joint Tribunal, they will grant him right of defense based on his record. The blade in the footage is clearly aimed at your back, but Investigation Division is skilled at reframing evidence. They will likely argue it was an accidental miss while targeting a monster, meaning expulsion is almost off the table. Then what happens if I just kill him outright? I ask. Yan goes still for a few seconds. Killing him outright violates core code, minimum 10-year ban, and getting your sentence reduced would be difficult. The other 4 division leaders are all super stage ability users. Their vote carries the same weight as the colonel's. Yan rubs his forehead. Out of options. Then what about a deathmatch challenge? I press, unwilling to let it go. Yan's eyes sharpen instantly at those words. That requires his consent. Do you have absolute confidence? His death is guaranteed. I let a small smile show, completely certain. Once the death waiver is signed, the arena opens based on both parties' readiness. Feng lost an arm. He will need time to recover. You want him dead, but you're looking at least 2 weeks. Fine, 2 weeks. I can wait. Kai, are you absolutely sure you will not slip up? If not, we can take this slower, Yan says, worried. Trust me, deputy. I injured him today. I will do the same in 2 weeks. Right then, Yan notices my stage has already reached late low stage. He can no longer keep his composure. No wonder you're this confident. Looks like 2 weeks is all you need to break into mid-stage. If Feng is bold enough to accept the deathmatch, the colonel and I will be watching the show. After leaving the Rapid Response Unit building, I head to Dragonfang Base's Mission Management Center to turn in the mission. Since I didn't land the killing blow on the Titan zombie, I only received 100,000 in cash and 20 combat merits. Of that, 2,004 merits are automatically credited to Zhuang. I then check out the base supply depot. Combat merits can be exchanged for combat techniques, weapons, and all kinds of gear. With what I have, I could just barely afford a basic swordsmanship manual. Not worth it. Basic blade techniques are useless to me. Whenever I face someone who has cultivated combat skills, I will just plunder theirs directly, I tell myself. Then I spot it, the Shadow Veil array, listed among the available items. So that is what he used to hide from me. And it cost him 3,000 combat merits. He must be hurting bad. I smile. The next day, a story tears through Dragonfang Base like a storm. The prodigy recruit Kai has filed a deathmatch challenge against Investigation Division's Feng. The entire base is watching to see how Feng responds. In a recovery room in the medical wing, Feng hears the news and bursts out laughing. Help me respond to his challenge. Tell him I accept. Feng, didn't you say he can resist your wind abilities? If you fight him again, can you actually win? Wu Zi frowns at him. Feng's grin only widens. I just need 3 more green core crystals, and I break through to early high stage. At that point, I only need my combat techniques to grind him into the floor. Wu Zi's jaw drops. Feng, high stage already? That is insane. And Kai picks now to challenge you? He must be tired of living. I'll respond for you right now. You just rest and focus on breaking through. Soon, Feng's acceptance blows up the base. In the dorm block, Luna hears the news and rushes to the medical wing to find out more. When she learns Feng is about to reach high stage, she lights up. Feng, I heard you can't yield once a deathmatch starts. Make sure you make Kai suffer. A venomous gleam flickers in Luna's eyes. Hearing this, Feng's mouth curves up. Luna, My whole conflict with that guy has been for you. If I kill him in that match, will you be my girlfriend? Luna blinks. As an S-tier ability user, she has always looked down on A-tier users at heart. But Feng is offering to kill Kai for her. Hard to say no to that. Fine. String him along for now, use his resources to break into high stage, then drop him the moment I'm done with him, she thinks. With that settled in her mind, her expression melts into something soft. Feng, if you kill Kai in that match, I'm yours. Kai, you actually filed a death match against Feng from investigation? How confident are you? Colonel Ling's voice comes through the tactical watch. 100%. Good enough for me. Are you still taking the deployment mission from Combat Division? If not, stay back and cultivate. I'll have Yan deliver your monthly resources early. Colonel, I already committed to Deputy Quinn. The deployment mission is happening. Then go find Yan directly. Combat Division's building isn't far from here, convenient on the way. The call ends. I leave the villa and find Yan quickly, picking up 20 white core crystals and a space ring with 5 cubic meters of capacity. White cores only drop from mob leaders or elite monsters, which makes 20% of them extremely valuable. And a space ring is a rare item, incredibly expensive. On the way to Combat Division's building, I convert all 20 white cores into 2,000 gene points and dump them all into enhancement. Full body, amplification, stage progress, 50%, stage advanced to early mid-stage. I can feel the surge of power flooding through me. It's exhilarating. With my current strength, I should be able to lift a 50-ton tank with one hand. I clench my fist. Now that I am mid-stage though, every 1% of progress costs 100 gene points. The grind ahead gets steeper. Quinn, who did you borrow from Rapid Response this time? Can they keep up? Sunny and I are both late mid-stage. I hope whoever it is won't slow us down. In the commander's office at the front of Combat Division's building, a woman in a black leather jacket, sharp figure, commanding presence, poses the question. Quinn breaks into a knowing smile. Maya, when he gets here, you'll see. You're being so mysterious. Don't tell me it's Wang Haoyan. If it's him, that works, Maya says with some excitement. Hearing that, Sunny, lanky with round frame glasses, cuts in quickly. Maya, Wang Haoyan is still on the Black Cloud County sweep. Quinn didn't borrow him. Not him? Then who else from Rapid Response is even worth bringing on a mission with us? Quinn, if this person slows me down, I won't let it go. Maya's mood sinks. Maya, I worked hard to get this person. When he gets here, do not say anything out of line. If you offend him, it puts me in a terrible spot. Quinn's brow tightens. Maya's curiosity spikes even further. Just then, footsteps sound outside the office. Maya, curious, rushes over to open the door. When she sees it's me, surprise crosses her face. So, you're the Kai everyone's been talking about for the past 2 days. Word is you've only been at the base 5 days, and you're already filing a death match against Feng. Way out of your league. Maya scoffs. Clearly, she's just back from a mission and only caught half the story about me. Sunny, who obviously knows better, lunges and claps a hand over Maya's mouth. Hey, sorry about that. Maya doesn't know the full picture. She talks before she thinks. Please don't take offense. Sunny laughs nervously. Sunny, what are you doing? Why are you terrified of a new recruit? Maya yanks free and glares at him. Maya, stop talking. He is S tier. Rex and Feng were both sent to the infirmary. Rex and Feng repulse a stage gap that lands like a thunderclap in Maya's head. Her expression snaps completely clear. Sorry, I apologize for what I said. Maya backtracks fast. I don't acknowledge it. I just shift my attention to Quinn. Deputy Quinn, walk me through the deployment mission. Quinn projects it directly from her tactical watch. Event. Over 500 people have gone missing across the city. Panic is spreading. Suspected involvement of a hostile organization operating in secret. Intelligence Division is dispatching agents to investigate, identify suspects, and expose the masterminds. Lethal force authorized against uncooperative suspects. Time limit. None difficulty. Unknown. Reward. 10 million in cash, plus 10,000 combat merits. All participants receive a minimum of 500 combat merits, with full reward for the completing team. Seeing this mission, surprise flashes through my eyes. Because on the day of my awakening, when I returned to Jiangnan City from Dragonfang Base, I ran into a liquor, and it was obvious it had been deliberately released. I just didn't expect that after all this time, the Ability Bureau still has no answers, and the death toll in Jiangnan City keeps climbing. The ability exam is right around the corner. For something like this to happen in Jiangnan City, could it be connected to the exam? If so, they would most likely strike at the exam site itself. I need to visit the Ability Bureau first and get the full picture before deciding on next steps, I tell myself. Kai, that's the situation. According to intelligence from the Jiangnan City Ability Bureau, all the missing are ordinary civilians with abilities. The attack locations are spread across the entire city with no fixed pattern. The Bureau previously captured a batch of monsters, tagged them, and tried to trace them back to their source, but after tagging, every single one self-destructed. As for tracking them live, that is nearly impossible. They can turn invisible and blend into their surroundings. To date, the Ability Bureau has found nothing of use. My brow tightens as I take it in. For me, cracking this case means going through the monsters, but they have clearly been modified or remotely controlled. The moment they act out, they blow themselves up. Quinn, What kind of useless people does the ability bureau hire? If the monster scans self-destruct, it's obviously someone with a control type ability. The bureau just needs to round up all the control type ability users in the city and run hypnotic interrogations or extract their memories, Maya complains. Maya, every control type ability user in the city, weak to strong, numbers in the thousands, and our base has no one skilled in hypnosis or memory extraction. Even if we could extract memories, who among those thousands would cooperate willingly? Quinn says. Maya goes quiet at that. She realizes this is a thankless mission, unless they get extremely lucky and stumble onto a suspect, then follow the trail straight to the source. Maya, I can control killer bees. Why don't we stake out an area where an attack has already occurred? When a monster shows up, I'll use the bees to shadow it without being detected. And your ability cranks up your scent and hearing to an extreme level. Covert monster tracking should be no problem for us, Sunny says, completely confident. I listen to all of this, and something flickers in my eyes, a sharp idea forming. The Black Nova virus doesn't just infect and control any living creature, it can also extract human memories. Once I pull memories from a suspect, I can use Shapeshifter Kingto take on their exact appearance, infiltrate the enemy from the inside, cut through them, and plunder abilities along the way. Kai, you're being quiet. What do you think? Maya looks at me, curious. We go with Sunny's plan. Once we get our hands on a suspect, tracking down the mastermind is straightforward, I reply. 1 hour later, the three of us walk through the doors of the Ability Bureau. The mission contact rushes over to greet us. Welcome, I'm Director Zhao of the Ability Bureau. It's raining hard out there. Please come in and we'll go over the situation, Director Zhao says warmly. Director Zhao, we're already briefed. Skip the rundown. Here's my contact. If a new attack is reported, send the location to us immediately. We will be on site as fast as possible. Maya hands Zhao her card directly, tone flat. She clearly has no patience for the Bureau people. Director Zhao stiffens, then manages an awkward smile. Of course, I'll notify you immediately. Kai, Maya, I just booked a hotel in the city center. We can stay there during the mission, Sunny says to me. I nod, satisfied. The value of a good assistant is clear. They think of everything. It's pouring rain outside, and even if I'd stay in the Bureau to wait, Maya absolutely would not. She complained about the weather the entire ride to Jiangnan City. Just then, a Bureau staff member comes rushing in, face tight, voice tense. Director Zhao, there's an incident at Dragon Wing Warehouse in the north of the city. Our investigator reports and workers on duty have vanished. The warehouse is empty except for blood, and monster claw marks in multiple locations. The investigator estimates it happened around 3 this morning. The moment he finishes, Zhao's face goes pale, and the three of us share one look before racing to the car. 3 in the morning, and they're only getting word now. That explains why this case has been so impossible to crack. Their response speed is on par with our base's investigation division, Maya mutters. I feel a flash of something at that. Feng and Luna are both investigation division, and Wu Zi, who came at me earlier, is investigations deputy. Looks like they are all cut from the same cloth. 10 minutes later, the three of us arrive at Dragon Wing Warehouse in the north of the city and step inside the enforcement warehouse. Dark. The moment I enter, I catch something off in the air. Something in here is watching us. Kai, do you feel that? Maya's cat ears have appeared without her realizing it, her beast form shifting in. Yeah, something is still in here. I nod. My sensing range is strong. You two stay here. I'll check that section. Maya points toward the dark corridor between the shelving ahead. On top of a row of shelves nearby, a licker lurks in the shadows. Eyes glowing red, body dark gray, skin etched with blue runic markings, jagged fangs bared and terrifying. But the moment it senses the three of us entering, the runic markings flicker with a dim, eerie glow, and the creature vanishes into thin air.